If you've ever watched a dragonfly zip past you like a tiny helicopter, it might surprise you to know that its ancestors were basically flying monsters millions of years ago. Dragonflies aren't just old, they're older than dinosaurs, older than flowering plants, and have been perfecting the art of flight since long before birds or bats ever existed. Let's take a fun, easy dive into their fossil history and what makes these insects so endlessly fascinating. It all starts in the Carboniferous period around 325 to 300 million years ago. Picture huge swampy forests, sky-high oxygen levels, and insects growing to ridiculous sizes. This is where the earliest dragonfly-like creatures first show up in the fossil record. These ancient insects were part of a group called Meganeura, and even though they weren't true dragonflies yet, they looked and behaved a lot like them, only much, much bigger. These guys were basically the pterodactyls of insects. Meganeura had a wingspan nearly 2.5 feet, 70 centimeters. Meganeuropsis from the Permian period might have been even bigger, one of the largest insects to ever live. Imagine something like a modern dragonfly, but big enough that if it flew past your head, you'd actually duck. A couple reasons. Earth's atmosphere held a lot more oxygen back then. There weren't yet any birds around to compete with. Early insects could get away with being oversized aerial predators. They eventually disappeared as oxygen levels dropped and ecosystems changed. By around 250 million years ago, during the Triassic period, the first true dragonflies and damselflies, order Odonata, show up. And here's the cool part, they already looked pretty much like modern dragonflies. Dragonflies are one of nature's most successful designs, so evolution hasn't had a ton of reason to change them. They kept their independent wing control, lightning-fast aerial maneuvers, huge, multifaceted compound eyes, aquatic, predatory nymph stage. Basically, if it's not broken, nature doesn't fix it. Some places around the world preserve dragonfly fossils so beautifully you can still see their wing veins. Solnhofen limestone, Germany, famous for incredible detail, same site that preserved Archaeopteryx. Liaoning province, China. Stunning fossils from the age of feathered dinosaurs. Siberian fossil beds, home to some of the oldest Odonata relatives. These sites offer snapshots of what ancient ecosystems looked like and how dragonflies fit into them. Dragonfly fossils do more than just look cool, they help scientists figure out how much oxygen was in the air, how flight evolved in insects, what ancient wetlands and rivers were like, how predator-prey dynamics worked before vertebrate flyers evolved. For an insect, dragonflies have had an unbelievably stable evolutionary journey. They found a lifestyle that worked and stuck with it for hundreds of millions of years. Dragonfly fossils are some of the most fascinating insect remains on Earth. From the giant Meganeura of the Carboniferous to the sleek, fast dragonflies we see today, these insects have been ruling the skies for over 300 million years. Fossils from Germany, China, and Russia show how dragonflies evolved, how they hunted, and how ancient ecosystems functioned long before dinosaurs appeared. Their incredible flight abilities and long evolutionary history make dragonflies one of nature's greatest success stories.